Are you living your passion? What is your passion? Welcome to the Luxe Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should enjoy living their best life, their Luxe Life.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luxe Life Discovered. Shannon, we have an awesome episode to begin season 2 with today.
I'm super excited.
Well, our guests today are Jordan Lane from Springhill Suites, and then Anna Balkan, who is going to be with the new Hyatt that is opening in Pier Park. So they're both owned by OTO Hotel Group.
Yep.
And so it's going to be fun because you've been to Springhill Suites, of course?
Yes, it's so beautiful.
Well, I was telling Jordan the first time I went to meet with him, you get off the elevator, you park in the garage, go to the 4th floor, and you come off the elevator and turn to your right. And I was blown away because there are great views of the Gulf at other places. That's like one of the most magnificent views of the Gulf because of all the glass and how tall the lobby is, the ceiling and everything. And then you see the pier to the left and then all of the magnificent pool and fountains down below. So it's great. So very impressive. So, Jordan, let's start with you about Springhill Suites Inn. Tell me, and you're a local, which is unusual.
Right. You don't find a lot of those here in Panama City. But yes, I'm actually a local. Graduated from Bay High School in Panama City.
Ooh, Bay High.
Yeah. And then I knew that I wanted to work in hospitality. So I went to school for a little bit at Gulf Coast State College. And then just got right into it. Worked front desk at a Marriott and then just worked my way through the sales ladder. And now I'm here as a sales manager for OTO for Hyatt in Springhill.
Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine that.
Oh, so you do both?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah, the Springhill, I haven't seen anything about the Hyatt yet, but I heard. But
it's amazing.
Springhill is amazing. The Chamber has done a lot of events there.
Yes.
And it's just so beautiful.
Especially on that green space with the ocean in the background. It's like the best for pictures.
We've done that, and we've done upstairs on your 4th floor, I believe.
Yes.
And we've done business after hours. I mean, and we bring a lot of people. They just love it and brag about it. My sister actually saw the pictures from our business after hours, and she goes, wherever that is, that's where I'm staying.
Well, she should. It's an amazing.
And she did.
Oh, good.
And she did. Yeah. So she really it's beautiful.
Especially that meeting space with that private balcony with the floor to ceiling windows. Like, you can't get better on that.
Now, I don't know if we were allowed to do this, but right outside there, we had a bonfire. We did our ambassador Christmas party there, did a bonfire.
Yeah, they have in the pool area?
No, upstairs on the 4th floor on the balcony.
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know.
You weren't here.
It
So
was a great turnout.
everyone had fun.
The couches are a little bit burned. But
All right, and let's don't exclude Anna. Anna is new to the area.
Yes.
Just like a month, maybe? Yeah.
A month.
Oh, wow.
And she will be the assistant general manager at the Hyatt at Pier Park.
Fantastic.
yes.
And Jordan sent me the rack card, and it is going to be one of the, if not the, I can't say the premier.
It's going to be the best.
Yeah. Well, Springhill.
On the beach side.
Yeah. Well, Spring. Yes, there you go. That's a good way to put that. Yeah. I didn't want to cut the spring, Yeah. But the Hyatt is going to be so neat.
Can't wait.
Their main entrance area is going to be just so impressive.
It
so,
is.
So tell us your background with.
So I accidentally ended up in the hospitality industry. It was one of those things where it just happened. I was entering college and I was trying to figure out, what do I want to do? I don't know. And hospitality program was the one that took absolutely everyone, including all the football players. So I was like, oh, well, I mean, I could get in, right? So I got in.
Did you do it because of the football players?
No,
Okay.
nothing to do with it. It's just like my grades. I was like, oh, I can get in there. So I got in the industry in the program, and the more I liked it, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could do this. And not only that, my family has a huge entertaining background, as we like to cook, we like to do all these things. So we were kind of bred around that area where entertaining and being in the kitchen and hosting people is one of those things. So last year of my program, I was like, no, this is where I belong.
Really
I've always told people it's, you don't pick the hospitality industry, it picks you. And I live that every single day. It's like, if you're not meant for it, you're not gonna do well, but it will pick you.
Jordan's like, yep.
Yes. I've shed blood, sweat, and tears in this industry.
Well, that is true because it's a lot of work. People don't understand the work and the time involved. And all the little issues you have to deal with that people don't see. It's like they think when you work for yourself, well, you can do what you want to do. Well, sure, you can, but you don't get paid.
Right.
But they don't see the late hours, the early mornings, and all that. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that make it a success that most people never have a clue about.
Exactly.
That's true. And that's what's happening a lot. And I know that that's one of the things that I did want to say is the whole COVID situation and coming back from it, our industry took a huge hit with it. And as we're coming back up, the people, we thank our guests every day, but they don't see the struggle because we're not going to show you the struggle.
Sure.
Right? So they don't see it. And the things that we do, like, for example, we're not going to give you housekeeping every day and stuff like that. They're like, but why? I was like, well,
don't have the staff, but
yeah, let's be patient. And, we're here with a smile. Let's all be nice.
But sorry. I will say during that time, during the pandemic, a lot of people were really understanding as well. So that also gave us like the extra push on like, okay, not everybody is just negative.
Right.
Right.
They're probably just so thankful that you're there and they're able to have a place
and
to
the doors
stay.
are open.
Right.
Yeah, because people are ready to get out. They're ready to do things and
Right
make
now,
up for lost
especially.
time.
Yes. They're
And
coming
then
in
you're
droves.
getting here just during spring break. So what a welcome.
Yes, it was. It was a great wake up. But I do want to say, and this is a testament to the Springhill and to the view. When I was coming in, I came to Panama City site on scene. I did not know.
Really?
I had never been here before. I just said, I'm coming. Okay, got in my car, drove without knowing where I was going. And as I was coming in, there was the big fires. Right? So as I'm driving in, there's gray all over me. So I feel myself getting all frazzled, my hair starting to get all over the place, and I'm holding on tight to the steering wheel, and I'm like, what have I done? Where am I? And I go into this hotel, and as soon as I come out on the 4th floor, there's the sea. And I was like, I got calmed. I was like, okay, wow, this is amazing. And it called me right down from whatever precipice I was going to jump off of. I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. So when we were talking about the view, it did have a calming effect. And imagine going to work every single day and seeing that.
Oh, I know.
How amazing
Just
is
like
that?
I said, when I got the elevator and turned, and all of a sudden you're just like, wow. Because you don't expect it. I mean, people just have to see it to understand what I'm talking about. Because being on the 4th floor also makes it that much more impressive. It's like you're looking down, and it's really...
Tours at 5 o'clock for anybody that wants to come see the view.
Okay. And you might have a bar up there that has happy hour and all that.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think 5 o'clock somewhere.
there you go.
There at the Springhill.
Right. Well, does it have to be really 5 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock.
Anywhere.
Yeah, we'll
Anywhere.
borrow that little slogan. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah.
This episode of Luxe Life Discovered is brought to you in part by Steiner Event Group. Steiner Event Group is a national event planner that produces results for their clients. They offer event and wedding planning on any scale, hosting bridal shows, scouting talented models, and producing riveting concept photo shoots to help their clients expand their brands, products, and services. Whether you're a business professional aiming to take your brand to the next level, planning a corporate or private event, a bride seeking to have the wedding of your dreams, or a model ready to be discovered, Steiner Event Group is ready for you.
So where did you come from?
Orlando.
Oh, okay. So you're still in Florida.
Yeah.
So things were still open and...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So you
Not
didn't
not as much as here.
Okay.
There were, in Orlando, everything was starting to open back up. But yeah.
Okay. So Jordan, say hi. Yay. So what got you into the hospitality? What did you just love helping people? What was the biggest thing for you that you're like, that's for me?
Absolutely. And I think that was the main thing, being born in the South and raised with the hospitality. You're 7 years old, like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, even to this day, I'm like, a little boy's like 6 years old. I'm like, yes, sir, yes, sir. Like, it just instilled in me. So, like, just having that passion to help people to, like, get just...
But just to enjoy their experience, and you're a part of that,
Exactly.
which is so nice.
Exactly, because you never know why somebody is traveling. Like, you never know if they're staying at your hotel because they just lost their mother. You never know if they're traveling for work, just to be there for them and to give them the hospitality.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to see a smiling face and somebody just so welcoming. You just already feel like at home.
Exactly, because 9 times out of 10, when you're traveling and you get through the airport and finally get to the hotel, you're just so exhausted. So to have that smiling face to check you in and here's this, if you need anything, just let me know. Like, it's really
like,
nice to have.
"Phew."
Very welcome. Exactly. Exactly.
So if someone's coming into the area, tell us about Springhill Suites. Why should they stay at your beautiful property?
Yeah, they should definitely stay at our property because we're the best. Number one. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But we do have a lot to offer. We do have 3 on-site restaurants. There's like 2 bars, poolside bar. We have a restaurant named Jellies that has like American style food, hot dogs, nachos, pizza. We have meeting space, so we do weddings, beach weddings. If you don't want to get married on the beach, you can do the event lawn. You can get married on the balcony. One thing about the weddings that is really nice is that you can just do whatever you want to. Like, there's no set rules on, you have to do this, you have to do this. If you want to get married on the balcony, let's do it. Like, it's very customizable.
And then before we go on with that, the green space that you have is, I would think, one of the larger ones on the beach.
That I've seen.
Yeah. Yes. And it is a beautiful area. So it's perfect for chamber events, for any kind of corporate event, weddings.
During the summer,
I'll just promote your property.
Right, exactly. On payroll. And on the green space, we actually have like movie nights for the kids during the summer. So like we'll do like the big inflatable screen, and then we'll just run a movie for the kids while the parents, enjoy themselves.
Yeah. And the parents probably have fun.
With the DJ down there during the day. So that we give out like swag bags, which is like beach balls to the kids. And when they play little games, give them like little knickknacks.
Okay.
And have you been there yet?
To stay at Springhill? Oh, yes. Yeah, Debbie and I stayed there back in February.
So you know about the pool.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. Tell us more about the pool and the cabanas.
So we do have a pool, and it actually has like a lazy river. The current does push you, and then down there we also do have 7 cabanas as well.
Yeah.
So with
I might have had a cabana before.
Yeah.
The VIP cabana.
Yes. It was awesome. I mean, it's just so beautiful there.
Yeah. It's like you're at the beach, of course, but you're in your own little space. So it's really nice. It's all self-contained. You can very good from. You
don't have to leave if you didn't want to.
That's exactly right.
We have everything on site.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to tell us about the Hyatt. I mean, we've talked about how magnificent it is going to be, but what can you share, or how much can you share about it so far?
The same thing. I mean, just like the Springhill, it is going to have the lazy river. We will have the restaurant on site. It's called Coconut Charlie's. It will have the restaurant on the lobby and in the poolside. Not only 7 cabanas, we've got 10 cabanas.
We're outdoing ourselves.
We're getting even better and better as we build. So so it's going to have the 10 cabanas.
Heated cabanas too.
Huh?
They're going to be heated as well.
They are.
Breaking news.
I learn something new every day, so they're going to be heated cabanas. Imagine that. Even.
Breaking news. I love that.
Well, what's funny is that people who listen to this think of Florida, why would you need a heated cabana?
It gets so cold.
It gets cold.
Yes, but it's going to be nice. So, it's like with all the fireside setups they're doing now, bonfires.
Yes.
You wouldn't think that would be a need, but it gets chilly sometimes. So it is a nice, get that.
It'll be great. That's a good thing to know. And we have this outdoor patio going out through the wedding venue, the meeting space. We have this enormous patio that you go out there, and if you wanted to have your reception and go out, like for example, 4th of July, and if you wanted to hang out and look at the fireworks from there, it's going to be phenomenal.
Now, is that going to be on the main level?
Yes, it's going to be on the lobby area.
Okay.
No, second floor lobby area,
Okay. I can't wait because it's going to be such a great addition to the beach. I mean, that's going to be sweet. So,
how many rooms will it be?
224.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't realize
how much
that many rooms.
How much is the spring?
Just 200.
Oh, just 200.
That's really the only reason Anna is here, because it's bigger and new.
And it's new, shiny and new.
I love that, how you keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, wait till the 3rd one that we build, which, no, I'm not saying that we're building a 3rd one.
Right.
That's not breaking news.
Right. No. The company is going like, what? Where's that?
Why is she promoting stuff that's not happening?
Yeah.
So with the industry, now you've been in it for how long, Jordan?
This year will be 5 years.
5 years. And Anna, you've been
10 plus.
10 plus. Okay. What do you think is some of the best advice that you've been giving by anyone in the industry, or maybe even college, that has really carried over to, because it's been such a changing process, especially with COVID and dealing with all of the challenges and not just challenges, but opportunities that have resulted from that. So is there any particular like word of advice that sticks out that someone's given you in the past? Or
I think mine would be what I said earlier, as far as like, you never know why someone is staying at your hotel. When I first started working the front desk, it could be very overwhelming, like having 40 people check in back to back to back, some attitude, some very nice. But just knowing that someone's coming into your hotel and you don't know why. Though they might have a smile on their face, they might not feel like that.
Right.
So you taking the extra initiative to, oh, here is this, and thank you for staying with us. Thank you for being this member with us. They just get very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's very rewarding from my end.
it's a personal connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then because people, and I will say people will they will follow me as far as like, oh, you don't work at the hotel anymore? Where are you at? And they'll come stay with me. It's just those personal connections.
Right.
on sending gifts or sending cards or thank you for what you did for me this year, Jordan. Here is this. And though I don't look for that, it's just so like, I meant something to somebody.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. And you do want it. That's the impact you want to leave with people.
Exactly.
The positive impact.
Because then they come back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
One of the things that they've told me, and this was years ago, but it resonates, and you put it in perspective. Everybody was having a bad day. I don't know if we were having a hurricane, and it gets kind of crazy during hurricane season.
Yeah, little.
And somebody just said, because everybody was in such a tense mood, they said, we're not heart surgeons, right? We're not saving anybody's lives today, but, enjoy what you do. At the end of the day, whatever you do is not going to kill someone. So relax and give the service that you're supposed to give. And that kind of put it in perspective. You're like, that's right. I mean, I may make a mistake. It might be a bad day, but at the end of the day, I'm not a surgeon. We're in the hospitality. We're here to please people. We're here to have a great time with our guests and make sure that they're having a great time. It's not as serious as it should, as we're taking it.
Right.
So that.
But you always want to give your best, so you're hard on yourself. Sure,
Absolutely.
it's the same
Always,
way.
but a lot of people do. If you're having a bad day, it reflects. And it's like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Go to the back, have a, and unwind.
Yeah, that's true. Because you want the most positive.
Yeah, you don't want people to know
yes.
that you're stressed and you're having a bad day, and it's not. It's
because you're going to run into those guests that come in that are having the bad days, and you have to deal with them and calm them down sometimes, and as well. So yeah.
And are both hotels kid friendly? I'm assuming.
Yes, very family oriented.
Okay. Well, I figured with the lazy river,
right.
Yeah.
It's not
Lazy
just for,
river,
it's just not just
We'll
for us.
We'll have to have an adult night. That's all right, but what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's still, no matter how I try to say it, it doesn't come out right.
And we'll both have the activities as well. So how they have activities, we'll have activities for rainy days or anytime that you don't want to go off
I didn't
property.
realize that.
We'll have activities for the kids as well, poolside, and so there's going to be.
So if it's raining, there's still something there for the guests to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Didn't think about that either. So, now what about your meeting space at the Hyatt? What will that consist of?
So it's a larger space, and I was actually looking at the specs
larger
yesterday.
than Springhill.
No, it's.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it separates into two. Obviously, you could rent the whole thing, or you could divide it into. Let's say you were having wedding space, but it was a small wedding. You wanted the other side to have your bridesmaids come in, and get ready on that side. You can. It has a pre-function hallway, and so we've got the kitchen and full banquet space. So you could have a big wedding to a meeting and several meetings at the same time as well, because you can divide it in two.
Okay.
Nice.
And then Jordan will have your information on the podcast and the YouTube with how to contact you for weddings or meetings at both venues, and we'll have your information as well for the Hyatt. Awesome. So, what is the projected opening date? The magical question, that everybody wants to know.
Sometime in June.
Okay.
So
that's not too far.
No.
We're going to blink and it's going to be here.
Every time you drive past it, it's like, oh my
Something
God, they
new.
just added something new.
And that's the exciting part, to see it on a daily basis and the changes. I mean, the people working on it are terrific, and they're working diligently to get us to where we need to be.
And it's also amazing to me, and this is kind of like I feel like that commercial where it's like where you become your parents, like, we need to park at the end of the park. Yeah. So, but it's amazing they can do all that work right there on the street. Mm-hmm. Busy traffic all the time, and they're just going as if it's nothing to it. It's always amazing. Yeah. So now the across the street where the parking garage is that going to be retail space in front of that? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So we have retail space. We already have somebody coming in, and behind it is the garage for the facility.
Or you've already rented that space too. Okay, and we can't say who it is yet. Yeah, let's don't. We'll just keep. Well, that's a surprise. Yeah,
That's a prospective new chamber member.
Birth, sure. Yeah. Well, and Springhill just became a chamber
Yep,
member.
they did.
So yeah,
We're super excited about.
it's worth your investment.
It
trust me.
really
Yeah.
Is. Anybody that's thinking about it, just do it.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I've
do
already got all kinds of things planned for you guys.
it. Shannon keeps you busy.
Always be careful what you tell Shannon you would like or you're interested in.
She will make anything
Yeah.
come
She'll
true.
make it happen.
Yes.
Well, it's like the podcast, for example. I have been impressed with the talent and the people living their passion along the Gulf. And I told Shannon one day, I said, there needs to be a podcast to showcase those individuals and businesses. And a week later, Jason calls me. He's like, hey, Shannon told me you're interested in starting a podcast. And I'm thinking, yeah, I thought a podcast would be great, but
But I didn't say tomorrow.
well, I didn't think about me doing it, you know. So and here we are, beginning season 2 with you guys. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
We're just getting started, but I am so excited about this property. The new property, Springhill Suites, is awesome. So what?
Didn't Springhill do your bridal show?
Yes, they were at
They
my
were
bridal
there?
show.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
We had a really good turnout. We thank you for that.
That was a lot of fun. Of course, I stayed at their hotel when we had our bridal show here.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, in your industry, we've kind of talked about your perspective, how you have to deal with people and keep the attitude positive. What is something about your industry that you think most people totally have no clue about? It's kind of a hard question, but is there anything that, because we've kind of hit on a little bit, because people don't understand what all goes on behind the scene to make everything run smoothly from the time they check in till they leave. Because when people come in, I mean, they've worked hard for that time away, you know, and the investment, and as long as they leave and they're happy,
Yeah.
but they don't understand the hours that have gone into making sure that week is run smoothly, just for the whole operation in general. And so that's really a testament to a great team from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, and it's a million moving parts. I mean, it's not just the front desk. And when it works, it's everybody, 20 departments, 15 departments, 10 departments, all working cohesively and making it the experience that you want. So when you see the front desk, you see breakfast, and that's all you see. But you don't see the back of the house and all the people that make it happen. They clean your towels, they clean your rooms. And so that's what I think that a lot of people don't realize, that it's just not the front desk, that it's so many. And when it's good, you know you've got a great team. You've got an amazing team because everybody worked together to get you that experience that you wanted and that you were looking for.
Well, with both properties, we've talked about the weddings that you can have at both properties. Did we touch on corporate events? We did a little bit with the chamber functions there, but that's something that people don't realize too. You can still do events on the beach that are corporate events, even if you're not necessarily staying at the hotel, but you can also do block rates as well.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Group blocks. Anybody coming in for sports tournaments, playing at the public sports complex, come stay with us.
yeah. And then when you're tired from a long day at the park, you can come in and have activities there
Exactly.
inside.
Get you some pizza at Jelly's. You don't even have to go anywhere.
There you go. Just kick back and relax on site. Yeah.
And we actually have 2 meeting spaces. We have the big event space that is on our 4th floor with the floor to ceiling windows. But then we also have a boardroom that is downstairs by the pool level that we use for like anybody with like 10 or less that just needs somewhere to just occupy, go over some things.
Right.
And they can rent out that space as well.
Okay. I've not seen that. I guess I just didn't realize that one. So, and then you'll have the same options we talked about at Hyatt Pier Park. So that, to me, corporate events is, of course, I'm doing weddings and stuff as an event planner, but corporate events are really, have become a bigger, not market for me down here, but I've done more corporate events lately. So we did have one that was interested, and then COVID hit, but trying to find the property, the location to, because I'm big on like working and networking with properties to have that return, process with them. Because if you've got a good property, good team to work with, it makes your job so much easier than trying to invent the wheel everywhere you
Exactly.
go. So
Look no further.
I know, that's what I'm
hello.
saying. Yeah. And we've kind of touched on a few things too along that same route. No, no, I was giving them a hard time earlier about some things. So I was probably going to leave and think, good lands, what did I get into? Well, what do you think the next, of course, we know with you, Anna, the next 5 to 6 months is going to be
Hectic.
Yes, getting the property open, dealing with all the things that go with the new property, just getting, the little kinks worked out. But I'm sure it's not going to be a big issue with kinks because I know you guys are going to be well prepared. And so staffing-wise, we had talked about staffing earlier.
Yeah.
Has it been hard to fill the staffing or?
It is, and from what I found out yesterday is that there's not a lot of local, that we have a lot of third parties, and I found out that yesterday because somebody came to the trailer offering their services, and they said, yeah, this is what happens in a tourist area. There's not a lot of locals. We have to do third parties and all of that. But yeah, no, we have 3 positions open right now, and as we get closer, we will be opening all of our positions.
Right, okay.
So it's one of those things where I don't know the area, so I don't know who's coming in and all of that. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but still we have had some applicants that are local, and that to me was great. I was like, well, I'd like to have the locals, but.
So how do they find out more about the positions that are open?
So if they want to, they could go to OTO Development, which is our website, and under there go to careers. And we're not the only ones. We're both hiring, but we're not the only ones. We have hotels all over that are also hiring. We have several beachfront properties that are hiring. So just go to the website, like I said, otodevelopment.com, go to careers, and you could put whatever location you want, and you'll see all of them that will come up, and just go ahead and apply.
Great opportunities.
Yeah.
All right, and that brings up another good point. Where the OTO development group, where all do you have properties?
So we have in St. Pete, we have, let me see where else we have.
Marathon, Key West.
Key West.
So are they all?
California.
Oh, I was gonna say, are they all Florida? But you threw in California.
We have California, we have New
area.
York.
Okay. Wow. So
There's a lot. Baltimore, we have several properties in Baltimore.
Wow.
So it's a
Expanding
big
very
company,
fast.
and they're growing. And yes, the next every day there's a new hotel being bought or built.
That's
so
awesome.
It is exciting. It's an
Very
exciting
exciting.
time to be with a company.
yeah. Well, and that's the one thing about it here is the beaches are what bring people to the area, of course, and they're the most beautiful beaches in the world. So, there are some properties you can stay in, the view's limited or non-existent, or it's a nice view from the balcony.
Yes.
But your property is not only good from the rooms and everything and the balconies, but just the lobby area. That's, again, if you haven't been to Springhill Suites, go by, get on the elevator, go to the 4th floor, and when you walk out and see the view, you'll be sold.
You can write a little note too when you get off the elevator. You know that little place that you can
Yes.
write little notes. Did you ever
didn't
see
know.
that? Yeah. So anytime we had an event, we'd write "Welcome Beach Chamber," or if it was a wedding, they would welcome their wedding party or something. You can write, and people can write it. It's not just like anybody can write anything.
Right. Not just a staff person.
No.
Has to
So
write it.
I got to write something.
Well done. So, well, great. Well, thank you guys for being with us
Thank you
today.
for
We
having
really
us.
appreciate it. So, what a way to kick off season 2 of Luxe Life Discovered with the Springhill Suites and the new Hyatt at Pier Park. So, we're looking forward. So, this will be our first episode on June 1st. So, not too long after.
You should be opening soon.
Yeah.
after
Yes,
that.
So,
yes.
when this airs, it should be about 2 to 3 weeks, possibly, or sooner.
And then everybody will be like, oh, that's the hotel that they were talking about. Let's go now.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yes. And so be one of the first to stay at the premier property in Panama City Beach and the Springhill Suites. Sorry about that. We just think
Well, I'm going to say, and they're completely booked to go to Springhill Suites. It's right around the corner.
not cutting you down, Jordan. Sorry about that. Yeah. No, I think it's awesome that OTO Group has such great properties on the beach here in Panama City Beach, because it's just going to be phenomenal in every way. So
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for being here
Well,
today.
thank you both for having us. We're happy to be here.
You're welcome. All right, that concludes our episode of Luxe Life Discovered, and we look forward to seeing you next time on our next episode.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support our show, leave us a review. That's the #1 way to help this show reach others just like you. Join us next time for another Luxe Life Discovered.